Welcome to We Are Live. Hello. Is this thing on? We are live.
We're live indeed. It's Chris Denman and Travis Terrell in on a Monday. Happy February 25th. Black History Month's almost over. We're getting through it, everybody. We're getting through it.
What the hell?
This is the show that streams 5 days a week, 8 to 10 a.m. for now. Who knows? Maybe we'll tinker with that. Maybe one day we'll show up and it'll be a 2 a.m. live stream. That's super important. WeAreLiveRadio.com is the website. Travis and I have been doing this almost 4 years, 3.5 years, something like that.
3+ years, my friend.
3+ years.
We're like the Bob Hope of podcasting.
I don't know if that's the thing,
No,
but we are happy to be here. We're from Farmington and St. Louis, respectively. As a youth, what do you think? I'm going to go into some kind of like biography? You're like, okay, yeah.
Sounds like this is going to be some interesting history.
Lots to get to today. We've got Recasting Call, The Great American Race. Those are known as segments on the podcast. If you want to text in and remain anonymous, 314-669-1431. Big thank you to everybody streaming on the Facebook live stream. Do yourselves and us a favor. Hit that share button. Let everybody know the joys of We Are Live and what's happening here on a daily basis. Travis, we had the Oscars last night. We hosted a great event that was Oscars themed almost, the Oscars. Huge thanks to 1860s and all the great sponsors that were part of that. We'll tell you more about that. Travis, there's pressing news, but first we have to say hello to the great Chris Gardner.
Oh, yes. We have to tune in on that. Let's find out where is he. Mr. Gardner, where are you?
I'm on
Oh, there he is. Hey, little Gardner.
this. What are you doing? This is the
funny.
possum/ghost hunters camp.
It is. You look adorable, by the way. I love the color on your face this morning.
Oh, thank you. I got a good conditioning in with the hair this morning too.
Nice.
Good for you. Do you wash your hair regularly?
Probably once every 3 days.
Still, I don't know. Do the research, man.
What does that mean?
I have done the research. Actually, I haven't done the research. I've been told by my girlfriend
Hair professional, former hair professional.
to only wash your hair every so often.
Okay.
Travis, we've got folks joining in the Facebook stream, so thank you to them.
Good morning, freaks.
Yes, good morning.
Are you a picture-in-picture, Gardner?
I am.
That is nice.
I want to think that was not on purpose.
It was not.
Oh, great. Way to go. Travis, what has you fired up, man? You came in, we had a very nice time yesterday. People were fantastic. A lot of money was raised.
Let's
for a great
start there.
charity.
What a better place to start than Mardi Gras Pet Parade. This was my first time attending the St. Louis Mardi Gras Purina Pet Parade.
Beggin' Pet Parade, yeah. It was great, man.
It was very entertaining.
90,000 of your closest friends.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, it's how many people?
There was really 90,000 people there? You sure?
Streets were lined, yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
my gosh. Good lordy. You sure?
Yes.
Good mercy.
You didn't leave a 10-foot area and barely looked out into the street. How can you speak confidently that you would have any idea how many people were in the area?
I'll be honest with you. I feel like every day of my life I'm surrounded by 90,000 white people. So I guess I'm so used to it at this point.
It's a comforting feeling.
Okay. But it was, I said this to the great publicist, Beth Hoops, who of course helped us organize yesterday's event, the Oscars with 1860. I said to her that oftentimes whites have been accused of appropriating cultures. And people often make fun of whites for lacking culture.
I don't know where you get that thought, but okay, sure.
But I have
Maybe
to
at
say,
your house.
I have to say though, if there's anything more white culture than a pet parade, that is as white as it gets. That is your thing. That's something that there is no other race or culture anywhere
Now, are you
in the
doing that
world
thing
can
where
take.
you use white as a negative?
No, not at all. No, not at that. That's y'all thing. Like animals and alcohol parades. Like that is the perfect storm of whiteness.
Okay.
And so yesterday
music,
was
too.
and live music and just random people coming up to you, talking to you like they've known you for 35 years. That is also a white thing. But yesterday was your day, and I have to say it was something else. I had fun. I
Any
enjoyed it.
takeaways?
First takeaway, literally every white American in St. Louis owns a pet. Every single one of you own a dog.
What are your thoughts on this? It's called the Pet Parade, and you're supposed to be able to bring whatever you want. It's
Right.
overwhelmingly dogs, like thousands of dogs walking around.
Very true.
There was a woman who came into the 1860s tent, by the way. Huge thanks to Tommy Bannister, Getaway Carts, Hillside, Gateway Pet Guardians, Gateway Powder Coating, and I'm sure I'm missing sponsors. But
Gateway Pet Guardians, by
great.
the way, with the shirts of the day.
Show me your pitties.
Thank you very much.
No, there was a woman. She came into the tent at 1860s, and I saw a few of these around. She's pushing like a pink, almost like custom pet stroller.
Right, I've seen those.
Okay, I'll take the blame for this. This is a Caucasian thing, for sure.
No doubt.
So I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, oh, there's probably like a little puggle or something in there, or a Pomeranian.
Sure.
Yeah, not a puggle. And I looked down. There's a damn cat.
Oh, dear.
A feline.
Oh, my.
And to the left of this is, I don't know, 120-pound, we'll say 100-pound Dogo Argentino.
Jesus.
If you're not familiar with those,
Those are velociraptors.
It's like a giant pit bull that was used for like hunting boars in South America or Argentina, right? So
Okay.
that's a giant dog. To her right, there's several. It doesn't even matter the breed, really. A dachshund could get fired up about a cat. How ballsy of this person to do that?
No, that's not the word you want to use.
And how stupid.
There you go. That's the word you were looking for.
Why? Do you not like your cat? Do you want to ruin a 3-year-old's? Do you want to just completely ruin a 3-year-old's time, and they'll forever think of the Pet Parade as the time they saw a cat get stretched apart by 3 different dogs? What are you thinking?
It is the equivalent of...
People are too comfortable. That's what it is.
It is.
And they've never seen this happen.
Let
me tell you, it's not pretty.
Or it's this.
I hear.
It's the era of, it's almost like wearing a MAGA hat.
What?
Here's how. Because it's going to immediately draw attention. Bringing a cat to an event that you know it's going to be 90% dog is your way of drawing attention to yourself. You're hoping for a confrontation. You're looking for conflict. You're hoping that a dog goes off so you can then cry to the manager, or you can cry to the cops that somebody did something to your animal, did something to you. That's what they were doing yesterday. You can't tell me. I get it. It's the Pet Parade. You bring all your animals. You know that event, as Chris just pointed out, 90,000 people. About 50,000 brought dogs. So how do you think that was going to end if by any chance, as you just mentioned, a wiener dog or a Doberman, they were just to be doing what dogs do, sniffing abound, and they smell a cat, they see a cat, they attack, then just snuffs it out,
you
and
know
then
why?
all of a sudden it's going viral, and she's now on Good Morning America talking about, I can't believe, and I'm suing Purina for $25 million.
Do you understand why dog toys, they...
Right.
You know why? Because that's what it... Ready?
I think we found a new sound that
Is
we're
that
going to
good?
clip off and play in Chris's ear later in the episode.
You like
it
that?
sounds like something that would really bother him if it wasn't him doing
Yes,
it.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, glad you understand that. Do you know why they sound like that?
Why?
Because that's what critters sound like.
Yeah.
That's what a rabbit sounds like. If you grab hold of a rabbit, it's going to go... It's going to freak out. It gets them at their core. It turns something on. It's like you whenever you see a overweight white chick. I get it. You can't help it. It's one of those. Yeah. Look here. Look at me. I'm the captain now. I applaud her brazenness.
No, you're
I
not.
don't. I'm trying to put
that.
trying to put a positive spin on this.
Nice.
The problem with this is, you're exactly right. When Fido, the rescue dog, who got pulled from the streets of East St. Louis, used to get hungry, it turned into a natural selection situation, doesn't it?
It
Right?
always does.
Maybe he
But that's
feasted on a few cats
But
while he was
again,
out.
that's a situation where I get people being comfortable. I get again that
I want
can
you to
bring
have
any
fun.
type of pet, and you're right. I want you to have fun, but I also want you to use common sense. And it's just stupid to me that you would put yourself and your friends and your damn pet in that situation, knowing damn well that there's strong likelihood that a dog, being a dog, is going to get into that little stupid ass carriage that you've decided to bring.
Do you know how quick
and
it
drag
happens?
around all of Sular? It happens like that. It
And
happens at the snap.
There were Great Danes there, so big I've never seen. They were
They
small. They
literally
were
were
bigger than small
Yes.
horses. Bigger than small.
A lot of those Great Danes.
I'm not even picking on Great Danes.
Came to you. You're 6'4".
But it would look down into the. It could
Yes.
look down into the back so easy. That doesn't even. Just.
But again, guess whose
Dumb.
fault it is if someone else's dog were to react like a dog and get into one of those carriages. All of a sudden, it's the owner's fault. It's Pepperina's fault. It's the folks at Soulard fault.
Yep.
It's 1860s. It's all these other people's fault except the person who decided to bring a damn cat to an event that's going to be 95% dog.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Now
it
we're
is
on
the person wearing the MAGA hat. That's who you are. You're looking for confrontation. It's not a matter of free speech. It's not a matter of expressing yourself. You're going to be an asshole. That's why you're going. That's why you decided to do it. Who are you fooling here? So that was very dumb. With that being said, not a lot of Michael Vick moments yesterday.
No,
Not a
everybody
lot
was
of
really
dog
behaved.
fights. Everyone was
And maybe
well
we're
behaved.
the jerks because she seemed to make it in and out just fine.
Sure.
Maybe she'd sprayed the cart with some kind of a thing that throws the scent off.
Am I looking for confrontation if I'm wearing a Bernie hat?
Probably not as
I think you're
much.
just looking for good vibes.
Unless you're
maybe.
just going, unless you show up to like Shoney's and Festus, then maybe you're looking to start a
So wait,
confrontation.
so if a young brother has his pants with a little sag in them, and he walks into, we'll just say like a farm goods store, what's he doing? He's just living his life, man.
This is a terrible hypothetical. A brother with his pants sagging just walking into a
I'm
farm
not
store.
judging. You do whatever you want. Maybe, hey, you can't sag and have a farm?
You
You ever tried to build a fence
I'm about to say I don't.
with your Gucci belt
I'm about to
on?
say, yeah, I've done some physical labor at a farm before. I don't think sagging pants is the first thing you have in mind.
If you're new to the show,
Probably wouldn't help.
In the radio version, Travis was advocating for a Caucasian work farm, which I've been hip to this the whole time. Nobody wants equality. This is a power fight. This isn't. You're not saying like, hey, we just want to. Everybody wants to get along together. No,
I am about
people like
equality.
Travis.
That is
he's not even.
equal.
He's not even hiding it anymore. He's saying he wants to enslave Caucasian folks, maybe steal white babies. This is a thing, and I just want to remind those of you, or inform some of you that aren't used to that,
That's fair.
of who we're dealing with here.
You look, you may have a point, but not really. And here's why I would argue. I think. Look,
I love.
Look, all I hear every day is white people telling me, these Mexicans are
First of
taking
all-
all our jobs.
First of all-
so it's my way of saying, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe all these Mexicans are taking your jobs. So let me set up a situation where whites can come and actually do labor at a very affordable rate for me as the owner. So I think giving white America the opportunity to basically work for slave wages is what they have been desiring for so long in this immigration debate. I am just adhering to what the
rate
market.
are you talking about?
I mean, what's the going rate these days for picking things at a farm?
Well, probably $15 an hour would be ideal for minimum wage.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's before benefits, taxes, and
Well, I think there's a current amendment right now in the state legislature in Missouri to not go through with the minimum wage. Is that the plan? Because if that's the case, then I'm always looking for cheap labor, but I ain't got time to be paying people $15 an hour.
We
Especially,
have-
white people. Then they're gonna be like, "Oh, what about my health benefits? Oh, what about my parking, Steve? Oh, what about the parking garage? We're gonna have a company picnic. We're gonna do that." Like, shut up, white man. Get back to work.
We have a Twitter
Break
poll.
out my whip.
Let's get him back on track.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
get him
I'm
back on
focused.
track.
I'm focused.
We have a Twitter poll at We Are Live Radio on Twitter is where you can find it. Today's poll inspired by a listener and a friend.
Oh, this should be delightful.
That's right. Shout out to Matt at Knuckle Junkies for this one. What do you have for our poll?
Well, for the melee, is Black Panther or Green Book a better movie? Your options: Black Panther, and Green Book.
On this show, who has seen Black Panther? Raise your hand.
Oh yeah. Oh God, don't you
Kind
even
of
try?
like
Did you-
15 minutes.
Oh Christ, Gardner.
Understood.
It's only been on Netflix for like 2 months.
On this show, who has seen Green Book?
You saw
Where'd
Green
you see
Book.
it?
I saw it on my television. Look, guys, when you're a media mogul, they send you screeners.
You really have seen it?
Yeah,
That's a lie.
I've seen it. I saw it this weekend. I made it a goal to watch these movies before the Academy Awards took
Did you
place
watch
on
Black
Sunday.
Klansman?
I have not seen Black Klansman, though.
Topher Grace is in that. That's who I'd like to
See,
see.
for the love of God.
Would he
Topher
win?
Grace or Adam Driver should have got an Oscar for that.
Adam Driver was nominated.
Topher Grace should have got best.
Best
would it
name.
have been supporting actor, or
It would have been supporting.
he should have won that?
He played a young David Duke.
He did.
Good for David Duke
That's
to
tough.
get Topher Grace.
I listened to a long interview about that, and it was interesting hearing that. He was excited to play the role. He thought it was unbelievable Spike Lee cast him. So it was interesting, I'm sure. So, okay. So we've got that poll at
Right.
We Are Live Radio on Twitter. Check that out, and we'll get the results at the end of the show. If
Now-
you're tuned in on Facebook, again, thank you, and appreciate the comments.
Our listener or watcher
Could be either, with all the capabilities we have.
inspired the fair foul. And the fair foul is men's fashion, a velvet tuxedo dress.
Now, this was
That's
the
right.
talk
I screwed
of
that
the
up.
red carpet.
I screwed that up. That's what it was. Oh, my.
That's the
That's
talk
your
of the
fair
red
foul.
carpet. That's Billy Porter of the show Pose on FX, where he runs basically this drag house. And this was actually in honor of a famous drag legend, Hector Extravaganza, Mr. Extravaganza. And this was in honor, an homage, if you will, to an outfit that he would wear at all the drag balls in New York City. If you haven't seen Pose, by the way, that's on FX. Phenomenal show. I believe it's another Ryan Murphy hit. So this was the talk of the red carpet. Billy Porter in the tuxedo dress. It absolutely had everyone talking. It was the talk of the internet, talk of Twitter, Facebook, etc. I have to say, that's a pretty dope ass fit. That's a dope ass fit. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. I think that's to pay.
Who you trying to fish points from here?
I'm not trying to fish points.
You
from
wearing that?
anybody. I'm not wearing it because I can't pull that off. I can't pull off most things though. Look at me. I'm a schlub in a freaking hoodie right now. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm sure Beth is very happy with the pajamas I've decided to wear to work today. But all in all, considering, I thought that was really cool. He was giving homage to one of the greats.
Homage.
To Chris the elitist. That's how they say it. I thought it was pretty dope. I again couldn't pull it off, but I thought it was pretty sweet.
Now, it is nice that there's a tribute tied to it, but let's make fun of Travis some way by emailing WAL at weareliveradio.com. Your prize today, $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. We're big fans of Buzz's, and you should be too. You could win $10. You could get your masubi on. You could get all kinds of great food. The poke, Travis, unbelievable. Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. They bring heat all over St. Louis. With the warm weather coming, it's going to be a taste of Hawaii, buddy. Check it out. We've got some big projects coming up with Buzz as well. We're huge fans of his. You need to get to his food truck. Even if you don't win the $10 gift certificate today, go check it out and check out their Facebook page. They got their locations pulled up. They'll let you know exactly where they're going to be each and every day, everybody.
The Academy Awards was fun last night.
Did you watch?
I did. I watched the whole thing.
I did not.
So the controversy, I guess.
Got to be some controversy.
Well, there's always controversy. There's always got to be a controversial something.
How'd Black Panther do?
Black Panther did very well. Black Panther took home 3 last night.
For what?
And there were some firsts. Took home for best costume, best set design, and best original score.
Wait. Best set design? Mm-hmm. How much of that was CGI?
Not all of it.
Not all of it?
Not all of it.
Do they
I mean, it is a
infuse
superhero
CGI into the criteria?
I don't know
Criterion?
if I don't know
Criteria?
if that's part of the criteria.
Criterion.
Criterions.
But yeah.
But it was the very first time African Americans have won an award outside of acting. And so Ruth Carter for costume.
The first time ever or the first time in a while? I thought one of them was the first time in a while.
It may have been one of those.
What do you mean
it may
one
have
of them?
been the
Awards.
set design. I think the set design
Okay.
may have been.
Okay.
But I will say that Ruth Carter, who has been working on black films for 30 plus years,
Ugh.
racist ass shit is that?
Sorry, it was just a visceral reaction.
If you're going to be Peter Farrelly on the show today, then
Oh, here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy.
But before we discuss that other film, Black Panther did show up and show out. So 3 big wins in the technical categories. I was very happy with that. I saw that Bohemian Rhapsody got a lot of the sound mixing and editing awards.
See, yeah.
Deservedly so.
As
Like,
people were
shouldn't-
saying for just playing Queen songs.
Right.
It did sound good.
Shouldn't
Well,
Bohemian
Freddie Mercury's the best lead singer of all time.
just because there was a video element, don't you think that Bohemian Rhapsody should have just been relegated to the Billboard Music Awards only? Like the film itself. Like, listen, we're all going to admit at this point, I haven't seen it. Apparently, Rami Malek was a great, he put on a great performance, but
He won last night for Best Actor.
I guess that signifies that he's
Okay.
good. But the talk about that movie just being garbage, like from respected folks, have you seen it?
I did.
I feel bad for not seeing it, but everybody keeps saying like how just mundane of a movie it was.
It is a very average film. It is a paint
so it
by
should
numbers
get
biography.
it should get an astronaut at the MTV Music Awards. It
And
shouldn't get an Oscar.
It'll probably get one of
recognition.
those as well.
Yeah.
I think the reason why the movie carried as well as it did was because it's Queen, for Christ's sake. And Rami Malek's performance was exceptional. And I think he wasn't everyone's first choice. I know Sacha Baron Cohen was a lot of folks' first choice for that role. So I think that
But now knowing what that movie was, like you wouldn't want Sacha Baron
Right.
Cohen
I think
leashed up in that.
And I think considering that Queen, I think 20 years ago made the decision to sell basically every song they've made to every corporation possible. I think this is corporate America's way of giving back to Queen by saying, "Hey, thank you for allowing us to
it's
play all your
token?
songs."
You're saying it's token?
I'm not saying it's token, but
You calling Freddie Mercury a sellout?
not at all. Far from it. I think Queen did what Queen had to do, and they were smart to make money off their band and their brand. I'm saying that last night, if you watched any of the commercials, 75% of them had a Queen song in them. So it feels like corporate America's like, I mean, guys, they did allow us to use their music for the last 20 years in all of our commercials. The least we can do is nominate them for Best Picture.
So what have you seen that or other Oscar moments last night? Anything else stand out to you?
I thought
The no host. We haven't even talked
no
about that.
host. The Academy Awards decided to go away from the host after the Kevin Hart debacle. And I commented on this during Twitter last night. I thought it turned out incredibly well. I thought it was an efficient program. I thought you didn't have those.
Trav's big
dead
on
spots.
efficiency. Trav is big on efficiency.
I think when hosting those kind of things, you have to consider two audiences in mind, which is why
Don't
it's
tell
one
me
of
how
the
to
most-
host. I hosted the Oscars yesterday. I'll describe how you host things.
But you have to
screaming
keep the
at
people
a crowd of people with dogs.
Right. You have to keep the people on TV entertained. You have to keep the people in the audience entertained. And that, of course, is an incredible difficult job. And that's why a lot of people do not volunteer their services to host the Academy Awards. Because even when you're entertaining the audience that's there in the theater, you're probably ticking off the viewers at home, or vice versa. You're trying to entertain for the viewers at home, and you're probably ticking off the people inside the theater. So I thought the move to not go with the host, I was curious to see how it played out, and it played out very well. It was smooth. You started the show with Maya Rudolph, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey. And
That's
they killed.
cheating.
That
Yeah.
is cheating.
That's-
But it's
you
perfect
know what
because
that
you
is?
get enough of them, but not too much to where you start complaining. And you got enough to the point where people are like, oh, maybe they should have been hosting it, or maybe they can host it next year. So that was smart by the Academy.
You could speak for or against this, but it's essentially, since that's what they did, they basically did, it was a Tuesday night at the Comedy Store
Yes.
in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And you get to see the most entertaining people on the planet 12 minutes at a time.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you can walk out of there saying, did I just see 7 to 10 comics that you could see on Netflix or TV or anything. So that was the approach that they took.
Yes, and it was very smart because one, you certainly put
Hey,
women up front.
Who books
first.
that? Let's get our name
Let's
in the
find
mix.
out
Yeah.
who does it. But I think that was very smart to book. I think they started the show with Queen, and you had Adam Lambert performing with Queen. So you had the incredibly popular Queen. You had a gay icon in Adam Lambert. Then you follow that up with 3 women in comedy. So I thought the Academy was very conscientious of how they wanted to present the start of the show in the era of post Kevin Hart, post Me Too, post, just equality for women in positions in Hollywood. I thought the Academy was very wise to be conscientious of that to start the show. So all in all, I thought the presentation of the Academy Awards was very entertaining. And like I said, it was quick. It wasn't any dead spots. It wasn't any long running, multiple montages. I think you had one montage at the top of the show, and that was it. I don't think there was any more montages for the rest of the show. So it was about the awards.
Any grievances?
I didn't hear any. I didn't see anything in
Nothing?
particular. I think even politically,
Nothing
the
about a
acceptance
winner.
speeches-
Wait.
Yeah, I was going
Oh,
to say.
we're getting to that part? Are we ready to get to that
I'm
part?
asking for
I
your
was easing
grievances.
in.
He said, "Was there any grievances?"
Oh, well.
Because here's a hashtag.
okay.
The hashtag I saw last night
Oh,
was
boy.
Oscars so black. Now, why was that trending? Why was that a hashtag?
Because the start of the show started off very black with Regina King
Ugh.
taking home awards early. Regina King, one of the finest
Yeah.
actresses in the world. So it felt like it was going to be our night. You got in the first hour, Black Panther won 2 awards.
Okay.
So it felt like, okay.
All
Then
right.
Alfonso Cuarón, he won one for cinematography.
Who?
Alfonso Cuarón.
Okay.
So it felt like, oh man, people of color, we're on fire, black and brown. We shooting from the hip. We having a great time, baby. Mexicans and blacks, we up here high-fiving each other in
First
the
time you
aisle.
guys have gotten along in a really long time.
Man, and it's only going to last probably only another 2 hours. You got Jordan Peele, Michael Key, dropping down from the ceiling like he's Mary Poppins.
Okay.
So you're just like, oh man, this show got a little bit of everything in it. And then, like hour 3 came about.
Oh, it was a plot twist, wasn't it? It was like I tweeted at you.
You did.
It was like the ending to The Usual Suspect.
It was. Everyone's feeling good about themselves.
You're
And
starting to figure it all out. Things are making sense.
Mahershala Ali won. We're thinking, all right, it was for Green Book, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Because that's Mahershala. He the homie.
They bring. I wasn't watching. They
He's
bring.
beclipped. He's getting sick. He's so upset.
They bring John Lewis out to talk about Green Book too.
Now that one stung. Now that. So again, I will tell you my misgivings about Green Book in just one moment, but that one stung because I think John Lewis may not have seen Green Book. But I love the ovation for John Lewis, one of the greatest Americans in the history of this country. And so I'm not mad at John Lewis.
Is he related to Danny Day-Lewis?
He is not even close.
Okay.
Not even. But it was, I was like, okay, look, I can get over that one.
Danny
It's John
Day would have
Lewis.
cleaned up.
He
If
would
any
have
movie he
absolutely-
would
there's no
have
doubt
made
about
this
it.
year.
Yeah, no doubt. He said he's retired, and look, he's
Good for everybody else.
stop being an ass, come back and act.
Yeah, right. He's
But-
gonna be retired until I'm guessing whatever Netflix's next competition is dumps their
Yeah,
entire
that's very true.
investment into him.
But then it got, as Stu Gardner mentioned, we got to the end of the show.
Right.
And we got to Best Picture.
Right.
Now, there are a lot, the nominees weren't the best. This wasn't the best year for films that were nominated for Best Picture. So I didn't think there was a clear runaway favorite, but there was one movie that I said could not win. And that movie won, and that was Green Book.
You feel like you're not really being super fair on this because you celebrate whenever Mr. Ali, former college basketball player, by the way,
St. Mary's.
that got pushed out there.
Yeah.
You celebrated that in which he was a part of,
Right.
but his a film, which he was a big contributor to, obviously, won, and you won't support it.
I'm fine with it. It's like when
What did Dumb and
Morgan,
Dumber ever do to you?
Hey, look, we were happy when Morgan Freeman got his love for Driving Miss Daisy, and I'm happy for Mahershala Ali to get his love for Green Book, and we were happy to see the likes of Terrence Howard get love for Crash. That was, look, black people in those race movies, we get why they're in it and we love their performances. The only thing is about Green Book that Hollywood just can't seem to get enough of is that it has, and I'm sorry guys, a white savior narrative again. And it's tired, and it's 2019, and the fact
Wait,
that
hold on.
hold on. Okay.
White savior narrative.
Yes, it's it's basically when there's a movie
Do
about
you have
racism.
a problem with white saviors?
Have you accepted your Lord and Savior?
Do you have a problem with Jesus Christ?
Oh boy, wait, what? Jesus wasn't white. What is happening?
My Jesus is.
Wait, what? What kind of Mississippi backwoods shit is?
Oh man,
boy.
We've got pictures, or at least renderings, of what
St. Louis,
some
we're big on
believe JC looked like.
Did you just call him JC?
He's
you
our
just
buddy.
Like a homie down the block?
Yes.
Like he bags of groceries at Schnucks?
Well, if I let him inside me, we're pretty close, aren't
Oh, sweet mercy. It was
we? Your white savior BS here.
Dr. Shirley's family, which the character, which Mahershala Ali played in the film, absolutely disputes almost everything in the film, and that the gentleman responsible for writing it has a bit of a anti-Muslim past, and so it's just difficult. That Peter Farrelly, who walked around on set with his penis hanging out in front of Cameron Diaz, he's the guy.
How do you know that wasn't a prop? That was a funny movie. It could have been a stunt penis.
Again, I think it's one of those films that makes it safe for white America to feel good about where they stand on racism. It was, and then from an artistic standpoint,
I love
it wasn't a
watching
good
this. This
movie.
is so great.
It just wasn't a good movie. You can't tell me that Green Book was one of the top 15 movies of 2018. I'm here just to root on the black people. Well, that's also very true. As
Always
I do
remember
have
the
an
source,
agenda.
everybody, when you're tuned into this.
But you can't tell me I'm wrong. Look at the reaction on the internet, and it's not just from African Americans. Not even from the African Americans. Even white people in Hollywood had a problem with that movie being nominated. So it isn't just the brothers, in East Saint just talking trash at the barbershop. It's white America going, really? Green Book 2019? Is that what we're standing on? It's not a good movie. It's a terrible representation of what Green Book is about. Green Book was literally, for those who are not aware of it.
Travis is upset because he heard something called Green Book went in, and he Dave Chappelle and Jim Brewer weren't in it. He was really upset. He was like, "Oh man, I've been waiting for this for 20 years, man." I'm gonna get blazed. He goes in, and he's like, "What the hell is this?"
And they barely alluded to it in the film, if at all. But the Green Book was actually a book that helped travelers towards the South, African Americans, when they would travel to the South, they would know the venues and destinations and restaurants and hotels where they could safely travel to when traveling throughout the South.
It was the anti-bigot Zagat's.
Yes, exactly. That's well done. And so,
sorry.
And you can
Zagas.
Thank you, appreciate that. But no, I think that there's a lot that you could have brought out in the movie that the creators chose not to address. And when you are talking about racism, why in 2019 are we still finding ways to whitewash it so it can be easily consumed by a vast white audience? I think and here's why I say it mocks white people and your intelligence.
I need to watch the movie.
I think it mocks white people's intelligence as far as being able to digest racism. And I think you should be offended in that, look, give it to me real. Give it to me raw.
New segment idea. Travis tells us what to be offended about.
You should be offended because I don't need Viggo Mortensen talking in a very shitty Italian accent telling me about, how he learned not to be as racist. Like, that's insulting. He was one. Let's make him that. Let's not make him endearing. Let's not make him welcoming. He was a racist.
People can be welcoming.
Play that
after
guy as a racist. And let's not, I want to make sure it warms me up at the end of the movie. He was a racist.
But just in case, Mr. Gardner, please.
I want to tell Travis.
By the way, thank you for streaming on Facebook, everybody. Throw us a share if you feel like it. That always helps out.
Maybe after the show, I can tell you how I'm not as racist as I used to be.
There you go.
And
I'm looking
we
forward
can have
to
that
this conversation.
You know what?
I
It's
used to
about
drop
time.
5 N-bombs a week. I'm down to 2.
It's about time we had a.
And then celebrate me after that.
And they give you a trophy for it afterwards. You know what?
Can we start saying open dialogue? And what's your favorite thing to say now? We talked about it with Tommy Davidson. We talked problematic.
Problematic.
I want to say that I taught Tommy Davidson
What
to keep an eye out for problematic. Would you say that's your favorite phrase, or is I'm trying to think of other buzzwords that make it into Huffington Post articles?
Here's another thing that bothered me. And look, you won the award. Congratulations. Can you thank Dr. Shirley? Can you thank the protagonist in which your movie was set? Can you thank the guy that inspired your movie? That's why I have a problem with the people who made this film. Hey, man. Because it wasn't about you. It wasn't about Viggo Mortensen. It was about this particular character in this time, and you completely ignored him at the awards. You didn't mention him or his family at all.
Tell me
That's
this.
insane. That's like doing 42 and not mentioning Jackie Robinson's family. That's how stupid it was.
I just want to keep you honest. Did the Black Panther people thank those big rhinos that helped them?
They sure the hell did. You see
Oh, okay.
Kevin Feige
Cool,
in the press conference, he was like, those electronic rhinos absolutely saved me. By the way, it turns out that the Marvel's first Academy Award won by black women. You're welcome, America. Boom. Let's hear the trolls about that on Reddit this morning. But that's crazy, right? Imagine
Well,
doing...
I'm only saying Black Panther won anything because it was on ABC.
Well, you
House of
know,
Mouse.
House of Mouse.
Disney is a family organization, and Black Panther was such a family film. How can you not acknowledge it?
In the 15 minutes I saw, the only thing I know is they were hiding technology from the rest of the world.
Yep, that could have saved a lot of people.
That's also very true. Other cool...
Hey, I've got the cure to cancer. But I don't know if everyone else should have it or not.
Yeah.
Another great moment for the Academy Awards. Apparently, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are having sex.
Do you have?
I don't have anything to confirm that. I don't have any sources to confirm any of this.
You a body language
But
expert?
sweet mercy, did you see them? Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga on stage singing that song from A Star Is Born, Shallow.
How
And
was the
boy, oh
performance?
boy, it was a very good performance, but their chemistry...
Can only be achieved through actual penetration.
There is no doubt in my mind. You don't get that kind of chemistry just from years of acting. Bradley Cooper's a badass actor. Don't get me wrong. He is a very talented guy.
Here was the
you
tell.
ain't that talented, bro.
Here was the tell. They sang the song. They got worked up and everything. At the completion of the song, Bradley Cooper got up and his just nonchalant, it was like a natural movement, tossed her a towel as he walked, and she in step. That's how you know something happened.
The thing is, last week, Lady Gaga broke up with her fiance. And then the week later, she does this performance with Bradley Cooper. I'm just saying, I don't think nothing going on. There's something going on. That was a hell of a performance, and their chemistry was electric. And I tell you what, if there is video of Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga out there, please send it to crdemin@weareliveradio.com.
That's not my email. But what a great time for a live read. How about it?
Yeah. Stop almost giving out the wrong info.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Info, we are live read.
Not almost. You did give out the wrong info, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's fair. We've got fair or foul. Your topic today, again, what was it, Gardner? I've got it right here. Men's fashion, a velvet tuxedo dress, WAL, W-A-L, at weareliveradio.com. You can win $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. We told you about them earlier. I got to tell you about Tommy Bannister. He's a realtor from Circa Properties. You want to know why you should work with Tom? He spent his whole life in St. Louis building extensive background in sales, client relationship. He's a fourth generation St. Louisan. How many generations do you go back, Gardner? Not as many as Tommy.
No.
Is the answer. Sales is in his blood. He was raised listening to stories, learning lessons of persuasion, presentation, problem solving from his father, who he considers the best salesman he's ever met. Contact Tom, tom.bannister at circastl.com, or give him a call or text 314-393-5386. That is the best emoji ever. That's Tommy Bannister at Circa Properties. He was a big sponsor yesterday for the Oscars, so
Yeah, he
big
was.
thanks to Tommy. If you're looking for a house in the upcoming spring, market's hot, go after it now. Use Tom Bannister from Circa Properties right here in wonderful St. Louis City.
I wanted to mention something real quick, too. We didn't touch on it yet regarding the Oscars.
Okay.
Spike Lee did get an award.
He did get for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Apparently, he wasn't happy, much like you, with Green Book winning Best Picture.
Did he send out a tweet with the wrong address for George Zimmerman again? Do you remember when he did that? No, I mean, listen.
Old black man ain't good at Twitter. Oop.
Real quick from the Facebook comments, our buddy BM, I think he's there. You could see it, but he didn't watch the Oscars to protest. He just watched BET because he hates white people.
Well, you know.
You're now a fan of Mr. McKenna, Travis. Admit it.
I wish. I wish. No, I did not hate the Oscars. Like I said, I thought
Just
it was
the white parts.
I just thought that Best Picture, giving it to Green Book, is an insult to a lot of great films from last year.
Were you insulted like Spike Lee was, where he got up, basically turned his back?
You got to remember, Spike Lee, he wasn't even nominated for Do the Right Thing, which many people
What about He Got Game?
go on about how it's one of the best films ever. He wasn't even nominated that year, and that year, Driving Miss Daisy ended up winning.
Great film.
He made the comment, I believe, along the lines
Oh,
of...
that's the curse then. That's why he's so mad.
Yeah, he says...
He's reliving this.
Yes, he's like,
Okay,
every time
all right.
I lose this award, I'm losing a black man driving somebody white. And so I'm paraphrasing, of course, but he was...
You are paraphrasing, so that's why you get a lot of information wrong.
Oh, boy.
And so why don't we just hear from Spike Lee?
Let's see what Spike had to say about it.
Yeah,
Oh, my
so
goodness.
that might be the best way to go with
I
this.
love Travis and his ways so much. Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Gardner.
I'm snake bit. I mean, every time somebody's driving somebody, I lose.
Oh, he's been waiting to say that.
But they changed the seating
Oh,
arrangement.
He's drunk.
I just wanted
Maybe.
to ask you, we saw a little bit of a reaction to the Green Book win. Can you give us your thoughts on that Best Picture win?
Let me take another sip.
That's not that funny.
Next question.
Damn. He's having a good time, though.
Spike Lee is having a good time.
He's very bold wearing that that purple get up there.
And he's from Brooklyn. He's a black man that survived three decades. Look, if you could be a black filmmaker and survive 3 decades in Hollywood,
Dude, he's been a
from
millionaire longer than
Brooklyn.
you've been born.
Man, look, there are a lot of times where I will disagree with Spike Lee on a lot of things, but the
Name
guy,
one.
I mean, I think some of his comments on race, some of his comments even in regards to other black filmmakers, he had a back and forth a few years ago with Tyler Perry that I didn't think was productive. I think that's one of those conversations that I think
Travis.
when you're another creative and you're another black creative, I think there are certain conversations that you don't have out in public that you can have with Tyler Perry, just not in front of y'all. And
You know what? The word influencer really annoys me these days. Creative is getting real close as well.
I mean, but creative can mean so much these days. But I think in this case for Spike Lee, again, this guy got blackballed after Malcolm X. Malcolm X was a movie that a lot of people in Hollywood ran away from, and a lot of black people ran towards, and that really created a divide between Spike and the rest of Hollywood. And in a way, he's been fighting to get back to this moment, and for him to finally get acknowledged, or for him to win. I know he has an honorary Oscar, but for him to actually win for work that he was currently doing, and considering how good, at least how well received Black Klansman has been, he certainly deserved it. So I can understand in this moment why he feels a certain type of way about it, and he should. Again, this isn't necessarily a knock against Peter Farrelly or Viggo Mortensen or Mahershala Ali and the people in Green Book.
That's what it sounded like before.
Definitely.
It was a movie that if you did it the right way, could have still gotten a response that would have still made it maybe a Best Picture nominee. Just the way you went about in presenting that movie was a disservice to the actual protagonist you were attempting to portray. And that's why I have a problem with it. And again, I don't just have a problem with it. The family has a problem with it. So I think it's fair to listen to the family members of the character that you're portraying in a movie.
Now, if Hulk Hogan's family doesn't
Oh, boy.
care for how he's portrayed, are you going to stand up for them?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
But I think they're going to be on the hush-hush considering they got the best-looking man in Hollywood to play Hulk Hogan. Like Chris Hemsworth.
At least
have you
you
seen
know
a
it's-
young Hulk Hogan? And then have you seen Chris Hemsworth? Yeah, I don't think you'll be hearing too many complaints from the Hogan department.
The Hogan department. Oh, boy.
One more time, say the Hogan department.
The Hogan department.
Real quick, 1860s Saloon hosted us yesterday for the Poskers. That was amazing. Had a great time. A lot of winners. We had Best Dressed. Our friend Carly and Barb won Best Duo. We had a whole get-up, and you took a photo of this.
I did.
You took a photo of a get-up with some folks in a full-on Wizard of Oz get-up, including 2 dogs in the mix. They won some prizes.
They did.
So we had a blast. 1860s made that happen along with our great friends at Getaway Carts. If you need a golf cart, over at Cherokee and Lemp area. Very cool place over there. Go check out all the golf carts. But 1860 Saloon, we are hosting their Mardi Gras party. If you go to 1860saloon.com, enter WAL at checkout. We've got a free party pack with you. That's a free Mardi Gras party pack. 1860s event tent in the heart of Soulard. Premier place to celebrate Mardi Gras 2019. Priced lower than other tents. Most central location. Great band. That's Silky Soul, the Red Afro Queen.
Hey
Travis
now.
will not complain about her. She's very talented, all kidding aside. Entertainment giveaways from us. That's Chris Simmons and Travis Terrell. And in-and-out privileges. Private bathrooms, a big thing. Yesterday, definitely appreciated the tent and the heaters. The wind made it feel like you were on a crabbing boat.
Yeah, it did.
And it was a big hit. So big thanks to 1860s for yesterday. And we're looking forward to all the fun this weekend. So DM us if you haven't got tickets yet, or just go to 1860saloon.com. Remember to enter code WAL at checkout. You get a free Mardi Gras bag from our friends next door at By Jack, part of Midcoast Media Group, everybody.
Let that be a reminder to all of you who were out yesterday and how cold it was. It wasn't crazy cold, but it was
No,
still
it wasn't
cold.
bad, but-
It wasn't bad, all things considered, but you certainly understood why folks would like the comforts of a tent or inside of a building.
that
So
wind.
again, trust me, it's well worth it. Buy tickets through us. Not only will you have an opportunity to enjoy our company, but you get to enjoy bathrooms and the comforts of a warm entry. So please
Careful.
buy tickets
I don't
today.
I don't know if they want people to call it a warm entry.
Yes. But no, I know we've been spending most of the hour, this first segment, talking about the Academy Awards. And I just want to be very clear. The most talented people in Hollywood are black.
Let me be clear.
No, it was a great night. We had a
Let-
great night.
let-
But who didn't
let him be clear.
who didn't have a great night though, Chris? You didn't see this. This was part of the red carpet on E. Ashley Graham, the plus size model, she was one of the hosts.
By the way, can we knock it off with the
Yeah,
plus
Chris,
size
she's
model?
like a size 6.
Every
It's-
time they're
she-
like, "Oh, she's
she got a
so,
fat ass and
she's
she a
so
size
brave.
6.
She's,
Yeah,
she's, I'm like,
she's-
she's an attractive woman.
she's an incredibly
who,
attractive
who
woman.
looks better than 90% of people
Yes,
on the planet.
completely
So
agree.
Get out of here just because she. I'll say this. She hit the lottery to be a model, and I'm sure she works out, and I'm sure she watches what she
But
eats a little
there's
bit.
not a better
but she's
time
not
than
doing
to
the
be-
she's not doing the heroin chic starving thing, which has to be the most miserable existence of all time. So let's just call her model, Ashley Graham. Like,
Okay.
get out of my face.
Ashley
with the
Graham,
plus
model.
size
She
stuff.
was
Yeah.
interviewing on the red carpet Jason Momoa, of course, who plays Aquaman. And he was with his lovely wife, Lisa Bonet, the beautiful Lisa Bonet, of course, from The Cosby Show. And they were on the red carpet. They were finishing the interview, and Ashley Graham decided to try to ask Jason Momoa to do the hookah dance. The tribal dance they do.
In New Zealand.
I think that they also do it in Hawaii as
Okay.
well. And so let's just say Lisa Bonet put a stop to that immediately. She completely cuts off Ashley Graham and goes, no, we're not doing that. Like, cuts her off cold, and it's so awkward because Ashley Graham tries
About
to
to get
play it off.
Plus size model about to get a regular size foot in your ass.
But it did. But you know
And
that
then Lisa Bonet pulls off her face, and it's Ralph Northrum's wife.
it's
No,
been,
you're not going to moonwalk.
been a great year for wives stopping their husbands from embarrassing themselves.
if you're
But it
Jason
was-
Momoa, are you a little embarrassed? Are you,
But-
or are you? Yeah, I got a killer on
It
my
was
arm.
everyone who's gone out to eat with their significant other will relate to that moment. You know how when the waiter brings your food and it's not exactly what you ordered, and you don't want to be a fuss, but your girlfriend knows that's not what you ordered, so she's the one that stands up for you and makes sure your order is correct. That's what it was yesterday. She simply stepped in, was like, no, sweetie, my husband won't be doing that. And poor Jason Momoa, I won't even say poor Jason Momoa. You can tell he was reluctant, but he was trying to be the nice guy, and it was essentially his wife coming to the rescue, kind of playing the quote-unquote bad cop and saying that this won't go down.
What's Ashley Graham's race?
She is white.
She's white. If this was...
Here's why.
If this was a woman of color,
a woman of color would never ask that question.
Oh, bull.
A woman of color would never ask.
That's not the hypothetical here. The hypothetical is that it is asked.
And that's a lie, because if you had who am I thinking
that's
of?
an easy way out. It would never get asked.
Who's the talented woman who would work a red carpet? She's I don't know if you'd call her a comedian.
Joan Rivers.
No, a black woman. There are women who have worked for E, surely, and worked the red carpet, and you do. It's literally, it's passing the time. It's like whenever we let Travis go on a rant. Hey, just work out the clock, everybody. No, but there has to be that.
Four corners.
If it is a, yeah, that's so true. Boy, you want to talk white versus black? Like, boy,
correct.
Nobody runs out
Dean
of clock.
Smith inspired this.
Nobody runs out of clock like a white basketball.
Chris, we want 28 seconds off the clock. Run 28 seconds off the clock. No, there isn't a black personality that would ask a person of color to dance for them.
I will find
in front of
17 examples at the break.
All right, that's fine. But I'm telling you, Lisa Bonet is, why she is a goddess in that moment.
You're
she
telling me
completely was like, my husband's here at the Academy Awards. He's not going to do your little dance for you just because you think it's entertaining to you. It is a disrespect to the tribe and the culture.
Why would it be a disrespect? You don't know why, do you?
Right.
Because Lisa Bonet said so.
Oh,
Okay.
now that's a good answer. Actually,
Yeah, that's fair.
that's
She said
really
so.
good.
But it was a really funny moment because Ashley Graham did her best to play it off. But it was Lisa Bonet shut it down.
She got her wrist slapped.
Essentially. And Lisa Bonet wasn't mean about it.
Does
she
it
wasn't
make
rude.
a difference that the person asking the question would be what some would consider thick? Does that help?
And she remembers like two of Momoa's exes, and she's like, she kind of looks like Shirley.
I think I now understand the dynamics in the relationship. Jason Momoa, you could tell he's an outgoing guy, and Lisa's like, I'm going to let you do your thing.
He would have
but I'm
literally
not going to
danced,
let you.
right?
He put it this way: if she wasn't there, he may have said no, but he may have eventually given in.
But like if you're into improv at all, like if somebody asks, just you roll with it,
He
right?
did the hookah thing at the Aquaman Open, and it was
then,
cool.
Then
but
it's his fault.
But I think he did it because it was the opening for his movie.
You're telling me Monique is on the red carpet
No, Monique
and says
ain't asking that question.
Jason,
Nah.
the Dougie is really big right now. How's your Dougie?
Would Whoopi ask that question?
No, Whoopi's not asking that question. She's probably asking, where do you keep your black shoe polish when you're putting blackface on Ted Danson? That's probably what she's asking. We haven't forgot Whoopi. We have not forgotten. So, no, all in all, I thought that was a very funny moment of the night as well. I also think one day We Are Live should be invited to the after parties at the Oscars.
For what? To clean up?
You know what?
It's fine with me.
That actually sounds terrible to me.
You wouldn't go to an after
You
party?
wouldn't want to?
No, I want to be in bed by 10.
Okay.
You still can. You
No,
got to remember
I
the movie.
can't.
The party starts like around 7 o'clock on the West Coast, so you would still be able to.
Are you aware how time zones work?
Yeah, I'm about to say because the parties didn't. The Oscars weren't over until just before 8 on the West Coast.
He's having some trouble with the time
So
zone.
you hit a party, you could at least do 2 hours of partying. I mean, you're talking about party with Steven Spielberg. You're talking about
talk to
with,
Steven Spielberg about.
Yeah, he has nothing interesting to say about anything.
He made movies.
He made movies about aliens. He's made movies about ghosts.
Not
What do you
realistic.
love most in anything in the world?
But they're not
ghosts
realistic.
and aliens.
The E.T. is not realistic.
Oh, come on.
Give me your best ET, Gardner.
He even gave you the evil aliens in the movie. War of the Worlds. What else do you want from him?
Elliot.
You're inconsistent.
Elliot.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, that's
All right.
so gross.
And we're off.
I can't believe it. You two would love it.
Indiana Jones stuff.
Chris can
maybe.
go and be like, oh, look, I'm
Was
taller
he-
than
was he-
95% of the people here.
That would be awkward.
Was he to blame for that Crystal Skull Indiana
Look,
Jones?
man, we all got one. Everybody
he-
got that one slump
he
buster
did-
that
he-
you ain't trying to brag about.
He did it to knock out some taxes.
Look, man, we all got one. Oh, God. And Chris, that's like 8. I was there for half of them. So, I mean, come on.
Do we want to do Great American Race, or we want to
Oh,
hold
we
that
could
for
do
next
it. We
hour?
could do it next hour.
Okay, tell you what, I will let you all know that you need to get your fair or fouls in. If you haven't done it before, fair or foul, you send a sentence, maybe a couple paragraphs to WAL@weareliveradio.com. We give you a topic, and then we pick the best one for a prize. Today's prize, $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. Men's fashion, a velvet tuxedo dress, as worn by Travis's favorite actor at the Oscars last night, is the topic. I also need to tell you all about Hillside Animal Hospital. We got Dogs on Film every Wednesday with Dr. Ed. Hillside Animal Hospital, full service veterinary medical facility located in St. Louis, Missouri, everybody. So if you're visiting and you need a veterinary office, if you live here, need a veterinary office, make it happen. Go see Dr. Ed. He does Dogs on Film.
Dr. Ed.
Dr. Ed.
Yeah.
I take my dogs there. All the team here attends Hillside Animal Hospital. What's happening? That's what. See, Hillside Animal Hospital can take care of this. Give him a sedative, and we wouldn't have to deal with that. Be sure to check out their website, hillsideanimalhospital.com. I can't do this. This is something. For those of you that are downloading this, Travis has worked his way into my private camera screening. Convenient South City location near the Hill. Bring your pets to Hillside is convenient and easily accessible. Cannot say enough good things about them. I know what our new profile picture is going to be. Travis has worked his goofy head into the private camera.
Such a
if you
fucking idiot.
if you are downloading this, be sure to review us on iTunes. If you're listening on Spotify, keep us subscribed. I cannot say enough good things about all you fine people that have been listening. Our numbers have been great the first week, and it's been a lot of fun. And huge thanks to the Midcoast Media team for all the hard work
Yes,
that everybody
they
has
have
put
put
in.
in a
This has
ton of
been
work.
insane. We're live. Tech Electronics helped build this studio. We'll tell you more about them next hour. We've got the Great American Race. Lots to talk about. Jussie Smollett. He got a great lawyer, and I'm conflicted. Gardner, are we doing a coffee break or a run downstairs break?
We'll probably do a run downstairs break.
Okay, so give us about 5 to 7 minutes.
That means smoke break.
Stand it here. While we're hanging out, jump into the Facebook comments. I'll be goofing around on there. If you feel like sharing this into your stream, that helps us as well as we try to grow the show and get support for our sponsors. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in for the first half. We're going to take a quick break, and if you're listening live, stay tuned. Go to the Facebook comments sections. Let's talk it out, everybody.